Welcome to Spoiler Appetite. My name is Tristan. Oh, howdy, everybody. It is May 28th. I am recording this at basically the end of the month. It's kind of crazy how May has just kind of flown by so quickly, man. But yeah, things have been flying by, and so much stuff has come out that I just, haven't had the urge to come on here and talk about some shit that I just have been writing in my notes on my phone just to be like, oh, I gotta talk about this. Like, things just came and went, man. It really did. Outside of that, it's been a pretty good month. I mean, lately I've gotten into upgrading my subscription for my PlayStation account. I don't know if anybody else knew this, but again, I went with the annual subscription because I didn't know PlayStation still does that, apparently. So I got the premium tier subscription, and I get mostly the newest-ish games, the popular games, the AAA games that are coming out. And yeah, I literally had the day off and just I cranked out so much with playing 2018's God of War, and man, it's something else, man. I love the fact that it's kind of a challenge, because I think for me, my favorite kind of gameplay when it comes to these single player fighting games, like action fighting games, is very much like the Arkham stuff or whatever. Because again, I don't really consider myself a gamer. It's like I'm the average gamer. I don't keep up with a bunch of stuff. It's like, the things that do capture my interest, it's probably going to be big IP stuff or whatever, except for Call of Duty. Yeah, not going to go there. But yeah, I've just been playing the hell out of 2018's God of War all day today. And now that it's late at night, I like to record these podcasts late at night just because it's just so much more soothing. Yeah, I had a good day off. I decided to take my usual walk, and then after that I just kind of hung up a bunch of 3 display metal posters, and really happy with that. I this past month I got the James Gunn, the teaser poster, where it's just Superman flying up in the air and it just says "look up." And then of course I got one of my probably my favorite horror slasher movie ever, with Ty West's Pearl. I fucking love that movie. Hung those up, but then through the rest of the day I just cranked out just playing some fucking 2018 God of War, and gotta say, it's been a challenge. It's been such a fucking challenge, and it's crazy because of the fact that the more I explore, the more I can go to places where I'm clearly not ready to take on, like these people, like these enemy types, and it's just like, oh fuck. But no, I'm gonna play it on normal through the end. I literally got through one boss battle, and I don't think I was supposed to be there because I just wasn't leveled up immediately or whatever. I wasn't at the right level to take on something like this. And the other thing too is trying to get to, I'm not very good when it comes to these, what do you call the mechanic, like these kind of building types. Like you get certain armors, and they give you certain percentages of what they upgraded and what they take back, all that stuff. I'm not used to that kind of thing or whatever. I'm just used to I'm just gonna do my own thing. If I get upgrades, great, awesome. But that kind of system of you gotta really balance out how you want to play, what kind of type you're into and whatnot. So that's kind of the one thing that's kind of causing a challenge for me, because I'm just alright, it's nothing but strength and defense for me on that. But other than that, man, God of War 2018, very, very cool. I very much like it. I never was into the older games, the Greek mythology games, as they're now referenced to. And I don't know if I'll go and check out the God of War remake games that they're currently making. I don't think I'm just interested in that at all, because the Greek mythology games, the story at least, is very much revenge based, and it's just like, I guess, I mean, I like a good revenge plot, but back then, games and plot, not that much. Like, early 2000s, plot didn't really matter much. It's all about games. But then again, I guess you could say that for games nowadays. It's because, people should critique a game based off of the gameplay itself, because that's literally why you buy a game. So, but yeah, I just thought, what the hell, why not? I'll since I have the upgraded premium subscription for PlayStation, I thought, why not play 2018's God of War? And I believe, if I'm up to it, I believe God of War Ragnarok is on there too. I might try that too. Depends on how I feel once I finish 2018's God of War, because I'm not really a completionist when it comes to it, although I did play the Uncharted games a couple months back, and yeah, those games were just not it for me, unfortunately. But in any event, so that was my day today. That was my day today. So, in any event, it's been a while. I figured, it's been a while. I'm going to take us back to, a couple weeks back with our first topic for today, and that is Mortal Kombat 2. So yes, I finally saw Mortal Kombat 2, and, I was very, pessimistic about it. I wasn't really enthusiastic about this. I mean, I love Mortal Kombat. I'm not going to say I'm the die-hard fan of Mortal Kombat, even though I literally watched the whole, cutscenes, gameplay, cutscene plot of Mortal Kombat, what are we calling it, 9 and onward, because they have the most cinematic plot when it comes to their games and whatnot. So, and I'm aware they have cutscenes and the older games, but again, it's just like, I'm just gonna go off based off this new timeline. But in any event, that's my love for Mortal Kombat. It's like, I know most of the characters and where they come from and whatnot. But in any event, and like I said, the last time I was on here, I recently rewatched that 2021 Mortal Kombat movie, and yeah, man, it's somehow, it's bad, but yet somehow fucking way worse than I remember. It's just like, yeah, this movie only has the fights, and that's really it. That's all they really got. I don't give a shit about any of the characters, and I sure as fuck don't care about the plot. I mean, so of course I was going into this just being like, ugh. But luckily I had a friend with me, and we were both on the same page with that previous Mortal Kombat movie. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? For me, it's like, when it comes to movies, as long as I can see that if the writing hits me, if it's good enough to say that it's worthy or whatever, I care about writing. I don't care about, if spectacle looks like shit or whatever. It's like, yeah, for most people, it takes people out when it comes to CGI and the spectacle and stuff. But for me, it's more about, am I invested into these characters or whatever? So, and of course, the other thing I was not a fan of is the fact that we're going with Johnny Cage as the main character in Mortal Kombat 2. It's like, I mean, okay, I like Carl Urban, and I like the idea of it's a retired, they're kind of playing on the nostalgia of this is a guy who probably was the man back in the day because it's Johnny Cage or whatever. Kind of playing up that old, this was, an action star from back in the day that used to do his own stunts and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Cool, whatever. In any event, saw the movie, and goddamn, I, just thinking about it, and this was weeks ago, 2 weeks ago at least, goddamn, I was surprised. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the most surprising movie of the year, but man, I don't know if it's the same writer. I never really looked it up, but all I can say is the people that made this movie, the writing team, they really fucking stepped it up this time. I mean, I don't mean it's not that hard to like do better than the last movie or whatever. But I was very surprised by this because on the one hand, there is a good argument to be made where you don't really have to see and as far as like continuity wise, you don't really have to see the previous movie to get this movie. I mean, this movie has more interesting fucking plot than the previous one. You know, the previous one was about trying to find these other champions. They all got this tattoo or whatever. Gotta find these champions and blah 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 and all this shit or whatever. And things just happen along the way, and you know, there's not really a tournament. It's like whatever. With here, it's like, yeah, you get your tournament, but like there's also something else going on. Like, spoilers by the way, because the movie's been out for 20 days, almost a fucking month. So yeah, so my fear of Johnny Cage being the main character, well, it's very funny looking at the marketing and how they kind of make you believe that, oh, Johnny Cage is the main character. Not really. It's really Katana's story, which I appreciate. And the actress that plays Katana, I thought was really good. I love the fact that, you know, this was definitely a story that took pages from the game lore and stuff. And actually, we get to see that story, sorta. I mean, at least in the beginning of how Shao Kahn was able to win the Mortal Kombat tournament and take over, oh god, Edenia? Is that what Katana's world is? I can't remember. But essentially that. Shao Kahn takes over, and then cut to 20 years later or something like that. Grown woman, Shao Kahn is still the leader, and now his eyes are on Earthrealm or whatever, and they want to do another tournament, and they've been winning or whatever. Now they get to have this tournament, and I just gotta say, I love that. I love that so much. This actually had more interesting plot. The Johnny Cage stuff is just kind of like whatever, and by the end of it, I liked it. I mean, and of course, I think we all knew it was coming. I mean, Cole Young dies. Just straight up, just takes a hammer to the face. And I gotta say, the actor, I feel so bad for the fucking actor. That's the one thing that I just feel like, man, I just, and this is coming just from a fan perspective, but like, I would feel he just should have been, you know, Liu Kang, or you could have made him Johnny Cage in the first movie. Just do a rewrite and just have him be somebody from the Mortal Kombat character log or whatever. Like somebody. He was just such an uninteresting fucking character. And this goes again to the idea of like, you really don't need to, what's it called? You don't really need to see the previous movie, because when we meet our characters, they all kind of catch us up on who's who or whatever. And man, when Cole Young was like, you know, I'm fighting for my family and all this stuff, even though I don't know if I'm going to make it back, and it's just like, oh, the foreshadowing. The foreshadowing is hilarious. I love it. So, yeah, it was just kind of like, oh my god, alright, I think it's pretty obvious who he's going to die. And there was even a quick snippet in the trailers of Cole facing Shao Kahn. And everybody was like, oh man, he's gonna... It's like, no, dude, we know what's gonna happen. Like, I know what's gonna happen. Shao Kahn's just gonna kill him. And man, first of all, love that they're in the, what's it called? I don't even know the stage names of Mortal Kombat. That's the crazy part. But essentially the one with the acid blood, you know, there's like this one walkway, and on the sides of that walkway is like acid blood. They're in that stage room, and you know, after Shao Kahn smashes his hammer through Cole Young's head or whatever. Dude just puts him in the acid. Yeah, man. It's just great. I loved it. I really loved it. I mean, again, I feel bad for the actor because it's just like, man, it's really not his fault. Dude was just hired to play a role that, he got hired to do. I mean, it's really on the writer's fault. Writers and director and, the crew that made up that character. That's really on them. It's not really the actor's fault. I just hate when people that love stuff like this always seem to blame the actor. It's like, bro, the majority of these people, unless you're a name, they don't really have a say of, like, what happens to their character. It's like, come on. But yeah, other than that, I gotta say, I was fairly impressed with it. Even the sets look good. The sets look like good. I mean, it was mainly set in Adenia. God, I don't even know what her home world is. But yes, it wasn't Earth-based, which is kind of cool. I really dug it. I will say, I think the thing that really holds this movie back is, like, I think the fights here are kind of a little step down from the previous movie. I know that's kind of weird to say, but the fights here were they were good, but they weren't like, I don't know. I guess I should watch them back to back just to really get. But from my perspective, I'm just like, I feel like the first movie had better fights, but that's just me. I will say the best fight here is Liu Kang versus Kung Lao, and yeah, there was just so many interesting character things that they do in here. Like, first of all, I didn't even know fucking Quan Chi was in this movie, which, I should have known, because now it makes sense how we get Bi-Han and Revenant Kung Lao. So that was fucking cool as shit. And yeah, and then Liu Kang dies, which, granted, his fight with Kung Lao shows him that, there's gonna be there's another way to save my brother Kung Lao, brother, quote unquote. That's just kind of how he sees him. But essentially, he needs to die in order to in order to save Kung Lao. I don't know. We'll see in the third movie. And then, of course, the movie ends with Katana facing Shao Kahn, who at this point is immortal because he had the amulet of Shinnok burned into his skin, so he's kind of invincible or whatever. And meanwhile, while that fight's going on, you have Johnny Cage, Bi-Han, and Scorpion all fighting. It's really Johnny Cage and Scorpion and Kano fighting Bi-Han to destroy that amulet or whatever. And I just also gotta say, I love the fact that how they bring back Scorpion is just that, yeah, they go to the Nether Realm and they need a guide, and Scorpion is the guide. And it's just like, Scorpion is just straight up chilling, just like, imagining, like, he's in Nether Realm, but, like, he's kind of, like, controlling the environment around him. And, man, they're just like, well, we need a guy. And he's like, nah, I'm good. He's like, well, how the fuck are we going to beat that Bi-Han guy or whatever? And that's when, I guess, fucking Scorpion's, like, rage, like, and that's the other thing, too. When they mention Bi-Han and Scorpion starts to think about it, Hanzo starts to think about it, it cuts to the previous movie, and it shows what happens to his family. So it's more of a reason that, yeah, you can skip that first movie and just watch Mortal Kombat 2. It's really strange. I mean, yeah, like, there's things from the first movie that kind of roll over, but it doesn't really matter. They forget a lot of things. Like, the thing I totally forgot about until my friend told me at the very end of the credits was that the Arcana is gone. I was like, oh shit, that's right. That's fucking crazy. So, yeah, there was a lot of things that they, like, essentially, feels like they looked at the feedback of the first movie and they just kind of reworked in the second one to the point where it really feels like like you don't even have to watch the previous movie. So that's pretty fucking rad. I can't lie. I cannot lie about that. But yeah, overall, I am shocked. I'm shocked how much I enjoyed Mortal Kombat 2. So, and yeah, it leaves the door open for a third movie, and I'm curious about it. I'll probably see it. I mean, I'll probably see it, of course, if they do it, because, I mean, this time, it's like, okay, you guys really stepped it up, because you actually made a fucking plot that was worth kind of investing in. So, yeah, I'm interested in Mortal Kombat 3 if they do it. So, yeah, that's Mortal Kombat 2 for you. So, anyways, on to the next thing. Let's talk about this, shall we? The Batman Part 2 has officially been filming. Going back to Matt Reeves' social media on Twitter, he recently has been putting up, principal photography of filming it, and now I think it officially has been started, because he recently put out, when filming started, he put out screenshots or little video snippets of both Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson in the movie. And all I can say is, look, everybody's been saying it. It's not really confirmed, but it is kind of hard to deny. Yeah, they're playing the dents, aren't they? Sebastian is Harvey. Scarlett is the wife. What the fuck is her name? I'm already forgetting. But you know what it is. And then we got Tywin Lannister, who's in there too as well, possibly playing Harvey's dad, which, yeah, I'm really digging what the potential of what this movie is about. I mean, and again, they're the dents. I like that a lot. Sebastian Stan as Harvey just is like, okay, that's pretty damn cool. I dig that a lot. I will say, because of what Matt Reeves has said, I think it was Matt Reeves, who said they're doing a villain that hasn't really been done before. So, what I can only imagine, and this is basing it off of the two posts that he made showing those two actors, is like, okay, if they're the dents, I don't think we're going to see Harvey turn into Two-Face. We might get him doing, like, having, like, the big bad horror personality or whatever, or better yet, maybe Matt Reeves has this Harvey has some sort of split personalities. Like, he has more than just big bad Harvey. He probably has more than multiple personalities or whatever. Like, that would be really interesting and cool to see, honestly. So I don't think we're going to see a transformation of Harvey or whatever, but we will see, like, there's something wrong with Harvey. Like, there's clearly something wrong with Harvey that he's never really gotten help or has gotten help, and it's just kind of, everything's just coming back to him or whatever. But no, I'm starting to think that, is it possible that the villain for the Batman Part 2 is the Holiday Killer? Jeff Loeb's and Tim Sale's Halloween, The Long Halloween, Batman The Long Halloween. Because if you look at the Batman, yeah, there was very much the Long Halloween vibes to it or whatever. There was definitely the influence in it. So I can totally see the Batman Part 2 taking more of that step of the Long Halloween influence by having the main villain be the Holiday Killer. I could just, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting, because I think it was Robert Pattinson that said that, you know, when he read the script, he was like, oh, it's like, yeah, fans are gonna be, I can see fans are gonna be mixed on this movie. It's definitely taking some risks. So I'm just like, I mean, what those risks could be is going to be interesting. I really don't think, I'm so glad it's not Mr. Freeze, because I'm just like, I want to see fantastical Mr. Freeze. I don't want to see a grounded in reality Mr. Freeze. I really just don't care to see that. Just show me with him with his big giant fucking ice gun and his mech suit that he's got to survive in or whatever. It's just like I don't want that. I mean, and that's the thing. Mr. Freeze is a tragic villain for sure, and I would understand why, the idea of a grounded reality Mr. Freeze is interesting, but it's like yeah, I get that part, but still I like the fantastical, cryogenic stuff or whatever that he deals with. Like I like that a lot. So, but I truly think the villain for the Batman Part 2 is probably the Holiday Killer. And if you know the Long Halloween, you know who the Holiday Killer or killers are. So I like that. I really dig that a lot. So I mean, if that's the case, good on Matt Reeves. Like truly letting Matt Reeves just do his own thing, really. And Matt Reeves just really wanted to like push it, just push the Batman mythos and really exploring more of these really obscure Batman villains. So, but yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's Batman, and I truly fucked with the Batman. Because, at first, my whole thing is when it comes to Batman stories, I'm just not a fan of Batman in the beginning, the origin, or even as the Batman did. I don't care for younger days Batman. I really don't care. I don't care about the younger years. I really don't. I just want a Batman who's in the present, who's been doing it for 10 years or so, is kind of essentially in his prime. But at the same time, it's like, with that knowledge, you don't have to make him, be like the animated series where he's kind of 2 steps ahead of everybody. And just, like, you can have moments like that in the movies, sure, but, like, you don't need to make him, beat people like, Darkseid or whatever. It's one thing if it's animated, but that's the thing about canon Batman that I just don't care for. It's just like, they just have this dude beating fucking everybody. And it's just kind of just like, it's whatever. But yeah, but in any event, the Batman Part 2 is filming, and it's coming out next year. And it's kind of like Spider-Man Brand New Day for me. It's like, man, the last time we saw Tom Holland as Spider-Man was 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. And the fact that we're getting another, Spider-Man just feels right. It's kind of how I'm feeling with Matt Reeves' Batman right now. It's like, look, it's been 4 years. By the time we get that movie, it's going to be 5 years. And you know what? I'm here for it. Granted, I do think it's kind of ridiculous that it's taking him this long. It's like, guys, this is not a fucking video game. It shouldn't be that difficult to, like, I don't know, just like plan ahead. But apparently the word is Matt Reeves, likes to takes his time when it comes to making these movies. But then again, it's just kind of like, well, if you look at the Planet of the Apes movies, it didn't take him that long to do what was it, the last 2 movies or whatever. So I don't know, but who knows. But the fact that we're getting it, I'm excited for it. Can't wait for it. So with that being said, let's move on to this, shall we? Something I was looking forward to, and I was kind of mixed on it. Let's talk about Punisher: One Last Kill, the Marvel presentation. Basically a short story is what Punisher: One Last Kill is. A lot of people will say, oh, this just feels like episode 1 of a series, which is like, yeah. But at the same time, comics are kind of like this. They there's some limited series that will end on something that can be set up for anything else, but it's all about the journey, man. And Punisher: One Last Kill, kind of, I guess it does take place after Daredevil Season 2, and this was all created thanks to John Bernthal himself, who, had a hand in writing this too. And I just gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with it. I'm a little disappointed with it because I'm just kind of like, like, okay, and I think that's because of the fact that I think this is so bad what I'm gonna say, but like, don't take offense to this, but I'm just kind of over the Frank Castle and his PTSD with, his family, all this stuff, or whatever. I'm just kind of over it. Like, we've had 2 seasons of him having those moments. And so we have that, and then we have him going on a killing spree, per usual, because in the short, basically, it sets it up as Frank has basically killed the last tie to his family's murder or whatever, and which that I think is kind of interesting because of the fact that we get to that grave site where he's at his kids and wife's grave, and he's talking about essentially that he's got nothing else to fight for now. Like, it's all said and done. He feels like it's time to come home, and yeah, it's a little depressing. And I thought it was that was really interesting. I thought that was really interesting, but again, I just didn't really care for it. And then the last half is him killing a bunch of people because the last family that he killed, the wife puts a hit on him, and he's just killing a bunch of dudes and stuff, and it's just like, okay, cool, that's cool. And it essentially ends with him saving a family that have a daughter. And in his own twisted mind, which I'll give them this, that's very Punisher-like. In his own twisted mind, he finds new purpose. He's basically gonna save, the innocent. Now he's gonna save the innocent, whereas beforehand, he was doing it out of vengeance. I know, because I was reminded of this in season 2. He was helping a person in season 2, protecting the innocents, but it's just like, nothing wrong with, just nothing wrong with, repeating it. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Just like letting people know that, oh, he's got, he's gonna protect the innocent or whatever. So, because I've seen the reaction to certain people saying Punisher One Last Kill, there was just nothing about it. Like, they didn't do anything. It's like, well, it did do something, which is essentially by the end of it, Frank Castle has found new meaning to essentially do what he does by protecting the innocent, helping the innocent. Like, because again, like I said, and beforehand, it was about avenging his family, to the last drop, any connection he can find. So, but yeah, I think overall, I was just kind of disappointed by it. I mean, it's just like, okay, this is all here, and then the last half, you get what you were kind of there for from the beginning. Frank Castle just killing dudes or whatever, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just like, whatever. I think that what really upsets me more than anything is like buying into the hype of it, which, no, I mean, going into this, I expected Punisher to kill, but like, I think the reactions, the first reactions that came out really got to me and really set like an expectation, which I hate going in having some sort of expectation of like, okay, I'm seeing all this, then I'm expecting, and yeah, the expectation was, okay, I'm expecting very violent, bloody, and the most violent thing or whatever, and all this stuff, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that was okay. I mean, it was very bloody and stuff and violent, but it's not what I was expecting. My brain was kind of going to Punisher Warzone kind of violence, where the violence in that is graphic and gory. At the same time, it's very cartoonish at the same time. And I guess that's where my mind was thinking when I was seeing people hyping up the violence for Punisher One Last Kill. It's like, oh, is this going to be this? And that was not it, and I just kind of set myself up for disappointment. But even then, aside from that, I just thought this was fine at the end of the day. I'm disappointed by it, but you know what? It's fine. I mean, I mean, if you love John Bernthal's Frank Castle Punisher, dude still gives an incredible fucking performance as Frank Castle. Like, he still fucking brings it. Like, that's the thing about this. It's well acted, and the violence, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, I'm just left with, like, that didn't really do anything or whatever. I mean, I'm still looking forward to see what kind of role Frank Castle plays in Spider-Man Brand New Day, but is what it is, so. But that's Punisher one last kill for me, honestly. My thoughts on that. So, in any event, let's move on to this, shall we? So, Lanterns got a new fucking trailer. And all I can say is, man, I'm really liking this. I read before this even came out, there was a quote from somebody that was part of this that was essentially being interviewed, and they were saying there's two timelines when it comes to this show. And it's the present day, and it's 10 years prior. And it's like, very fucking interesting. And so in this trailer, oh yeah, it seems to be showing that, which is interesting. First of all, once again, I love the fact that we're seeing more of the chemistry between, what's his name, Aaron Pierre's Jon Stewart and Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan. Really like that. The bar scene, and he just conjures up a dollar bill to do that. I just thought that was great. That was a good bit right there. I do want to know who the fuck is like planning to drop a, what's it called? Like, oh my god, what do you call it? Like a missile from the sky or whatever. I love that shot. And Hal just comes up and just puts a shield over. It's like, who the fuck is about to nuke this fucking town right now? I'm so curious. And I'm assuming we got our first look. Granted, it's from behind. I think we got our first look of Sinestro. I believe so, because it looks like, because we see Kyle Chandler in the Green Lantern suit, facing somebody, waiting for somebody to appear, and it from the back, it's just like, the hairstyle looks very familiar. Looks like that could be Sinestro. And yeah, man, that's very interesting to me. I wonder, is it going to be this sort of thing of like Hal needs to visit Sinestro, who's in prison, to figure out what's going on with this murder or whatever. It's interesting. Very interesting, and I don't know. I look forward to it. I really do. Again, being conditioned, knowing that this is going to be more of a grounded reality Lantern show, I'm for it. And just looking at it, it's like, okay, it's not what I would have done, but for what they're doing, it's like, okay, I'm curious about it. Plus, it's like, it's the same network. It's HBO. They rarely ever make a show that I don't like if I ever tune in. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. And I look forward to seeing what they do, honestly. So, in any event, not much to talk there, but in any event, let's talk about this, shall we? The Boys series finale. Now, The Boys Season 5, the final season, if you would, I would say, yeah, it's been an interesting ride. I've said before, I've had a fun time with it, honestly, and I've been enjoying it. I think it's more just like character moments more so than, what they do. I mean, it is interesting how we get to the series finale, because it's just kind of like, wow, we just kind of just got here or whatever. And I gotta say, I liked it. I dug it. I mean, I'm in the same consensus of like, it could have been better, but I don't see what the problem was going into this. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think I'm just gonna have to rewatch the whole season again, maybe I should just rewatch the whole show in general. But I thought it was very interesting how they ended this. First of all, depowering Homelander and him getting his comeuppance, and just him just being a little bitch and just being like, please don't kill me. Like, and yeah, that was very satisfying. Just him crowbar to the fucking head and just like getting scalped apparently, and just having that, and then having this really like, you don't really think about it until it happens, but Butcher, man. Butcher, I mean, I guess there's a reason why they had that scene where the shapeshifter kind of turns into Jeffrey D. Morgan's character, and just kind of telling Huey that, yeah, Butcher's always going to be that fucking guy. If you get in his way, he'll fucking make sure, like, if you get in his way, you're going to die. And so I kind of like that, the fact that they kept the whole, like, Butcher's darker, what's it called, like he's a messed up dude. Like, at the end of the day, he doesn't like soups. He doesn't want, another Homelander, so he's willing to literally go and release the virus to kill all the soups or whatever. And it's like, they really kept to his core. And yeah, there was something about Huey and Butcher going at it, and it's just like, fuck, dude. And Butcher seeing Huey as his little brother, like, oh my god. Like, dude, and then as he's dying, him and Huey having a last conversation. It was just like, this is very heartfelt. Like, this is really, really, like, this is really satisfying. Like, the way it just kind of wraps up the whole show, and for characters and such, I thought it was really good and very satisfying. I liked it a lot. I also liked the fact that they kind of left the door open for other things, like Soldier Boy is still out there. Vought is, I guess rebuilding, quote unquote, sort of, because Stan Edgar is back. I like that. And it's just kind of nice. So for these characters, it's all done. I mean, maybe we might see them come back. I don't know, but like, these characters are, their journeys are done. So now let's move on to the next thing, which I look forward to. I mean, there is a curiosity for me where I'm just like, if somebody releases Soldier Boy, how is he gonna react to finding out his son is dead? Or the fact that Mother's Milk has custody of his grandson. I mean, I don't know if he cares that much. I mean, granted, I don't think he ever cared in the beginning anyways. Even then, it's just like, there's so many things that they left open for any, like, tie-ins to, like, do anything in the present, which is, again, I don't know where you go from here or whatever, but I like the fact that there is, like, that sense of, like, the universe goes on. It's not like the universe exploded or whatever. Like, I really dug that a lot. I mean, the show has been really, like, fun to watch, and granted, it's taken us this fucking long just to finish it, but I think overall, I like The Boys. I think the show was good. It's way fucking better than the comic, I'll tell you that much. I mean, the comic is just obnoxious just for the sake of obnoxious, but I think anyone that's read that knows too. Plus, Gareth is now, like, Gareth has a very much, like, a love-hate for comics or whatever, so, I mean, it is what it is, but The Boys is just whatever the comic is. But I think the show is just kind of like, I think it's a better representation of the source material. So much so that I think it's better than the comic or whatever. Sure, there are some things that are in the show that is just kind of like, just get on with it. So, but that's me. I mean, I might miss the show or whatever. I don't know. I mean, now it's like done. I'm kind of glad we're done with it. It's kind of like I mean, it's not like Supernatural where it's just kind of like when Supernatural ended, I was like, now what? Like now what do I do? Like, does it feels wrong that Supernatural is not part of my life anymore? Which, yeah, it is what it is. But The Boys, I thought was just a fun journey. Honestly, it was a fun journey. So there's that. So that's The Boys for you. So let's move on to something fairly recently that came out yesterday or the day before. So Daredevil Born Again Season 3 is being filmed right now. And there's been a lot of set photos. A lot of set photos coming out. And this recent one just came out. And I have thoughts on it. So we got our first look at Bullseye, a.k.a. Poindexter. He's got a new suit. He's getting a new suit in Season 3. I know that the actor, has come out and said that, yeah, he's getting a new suit. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I gotta say, looking at this suit, I'm just like, I don't really know how I feel about it. It's like, okay, I love the body. I love the body part. It's like, I like that there's little update on his tactical kind of look or whatever. Like, I like that. I dig it. I dig it a lot. It's just the helmet for me that's really throwing me off. It's like, okay, it's the white eyes. It's the white eyes for me. It's just like, okay, they gave him a helmet. Like, I mean, okay. So I understand that if they mention this or if they don't, I just know Mr. Charles has something to do with giving Bullseye a new upgraded suit. I mean, it's just, that's probably going to be what we're supposed to be assuming at this point, because yeah, it's very strange that they gave him that helmet. It's really strange. Like, it is what it is. I mean, I gotta admit, the modifications they made to Bullseye's suit in Season 2 was so good. Was really fucking good compared to the, what was it? We didn't even get much of his, like, Season 1 suit or whatever. We didn't get much of that suit or whatever. But Season 2, how they, like, kind of modified it or whatever, I thought was really fucking cool. I love the fact that, you know, there's textures on his mask and, like, dude, he looked awesome. I mean, it's not even accurate to what he wears in the comic, and I'm okay with that. But I just loved seeing his, like, eyes and stuff. I thought that was fucking cool, because it's like, there's something about that dude's eyes that I'm just like, dude, he's just got it. He's just got that kind of, like, crazy sadistic fucking look. Like, the actor is amazing. Like, oh my god, what they do with Bullseye in Season 2 is just great. Like, he's on his own little redemption arc or whatever, and it's just that whole, anything with Bullseye in Season 2 was, like, nerve-wracking, but man, it was fun to watch him. Oh my god, like, he was a fucking instigator. Granted, like, dude really fucking wanted to make Fisk pay. Like, oh my god. But he's getting a new suit in Season 3, and it's gonna grow on me. But again, it's just like, Poindexter's getting a white eyes helmet of sorts. Okay. I mean, it's cool that he's got the bullseye on the helmet or whatever, but it's just, it's gonna take some getting used to, because I'm just like, why? You're literally kind of taking away the best part of that dude's performance, because it's just like, if there's anybody you shouldn't be covering their eyes, it's that dude. I mean, and just the way they had him emoting in that fucking Season 2 was just amazing. Like, you really were kind of frightened by the dude. Like, he was just definitely a menace of sorts. Like, he like, his eyes were just awesome. Like, the way he was just amazing, dude. So, yeah, I think overall, the new suit for Season 3 looks interesting. It looks pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, it certainly looks better than season 1 of his suit or whatever. But I'm sure it's gonna grow on me. I'm sure it's gonna grow on me, just like how I'm so glad that they modify his season 1 suit to what it is in season 2, because that really helped. So who knows? And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what is Bullseye's role in season 3, much like how what is Wilson Fisk's role in season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Because I'll admit, like I said before on the last episode, I'm ready to move on from Wilson Fisk as the main villain for Daredevil Born Again. I mean, we had it for 2 seasons. I think it's time to move the fuck on. Like, please. But then again, given that both Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are like executive producers on the show, just like they're gonna be, I mean, Fisk is gonna be in there somewhere. I mean, we'll see. So, and with that down, let's get on to the final topic of this show. Final topic of the show, shall we? So, I also saw another movie this past weekend that recently came out. This is more fairly recent. Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu / Baby Yoda / Groglet. Saw it. Now, for context, I was very pessimistic going into this movie, since the moment they announced this movie, I just thought, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's bad enough we're coming off of a very mixed bag of a season 3 of The Mandalorian. Like, it was just such a mixed bag that I'm just like, this does not feel like the right time to do a movie version of the show. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? I mean, I just like, plus it's just like, oh, the first Star Wars movie since The Rise of Skywalker, that was 7 years ago, and this is the one that you guys pick. I mean, okay, whatever. I mean, would it have been better if they just released, if they just had Star Wars Starfighter come out first and then this movie? Maybe, but even then, coming off of the mixed bag of season 3 of The Mandalorian, I was very pessimistic. I mean, it looked like a fun Star Wars adventure from the trailers, and so here I go on a double date, see Mandalorian and Grogu, and gotta say, by the time it ended, I had fun with it. Yeah, I really had fun with it, honestly. I mean, there's nothing in there that I can really think of that I don't know. I just had fun with it. I mean, the Grogu shenanigans still work. Seeing Din Djarin be the badass who he is, and yeah, the plot is essentially just gotta find the dude. And yeah, I had fun with it. It was fun. I can't deny it. I mean, I had a lot of fun. The plot is essentially, we gotta find this dude, but first we gotta save Rod of the Hutt, because the Hutts have information on where said dude is or whatever, and all this stuff. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I kind of liked how small scale it was too. Like, genuinely how small scale it was. It was just a lot of fun. I had fun with it. Seeing Grogu do things that I wasn't expecting or whatever. It was cute. And, you know, Grogu doing the cute things or whatever. Like, I'll probably never get tired of it. Or whatever. Do I want more of this? Probably not. I mean, what more do I want from Mando and Grogu? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound all that interesting hearing Jon Favreau say, oh yeah, we got plans for Grogu. And it's just like, okay, sure, whatever. I mean, you know what? as much as I want new things or whatever, why can't they do more Grogu stuff or whatever? Just for the people that want more Grogu, they can have more Grogu. As long as it's not just the same old, it's all going to be about Grogu and all this stuff or whatever. We can have that, but also can we have, like, I don't know, making a trilogy in the what is it called? The Old Republic, Why can't we have, like, a trilogy of the Old Republic while also having Mando and Grogu? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the direction of Star Wars is, and at this point, I'm just kind of looking at Star Wars like comic book movies, where they're just kind of like, okay, they gave me one. Just give me a good story with good characters or whatever, and I'll be okay. I don't care how the next thing is, like, affecting the universe and how it plays into the universe and to the larger role and all this stuff. It's like I don't care. I don't care for the world building. I don't care about the world and all that stuff, how it's building out the world and the universe. I don't care at what it's leading to, some giant event. I don't fucking care. Just give me a good movie. That's all I care. Like, I just make me care for the movie. That's all I care about. I'm at that point where it's just like, I don't think I've ever cared about, oh, where's this universe going? How is this movie playing into the larger, Star Wars universe? Like, I've grown out of that. I just don't care. And, that's the thing about the MCU phases 1 through 3, is like, we were so fucking spoiled, so much so that it's made some people feel like if you're doing a thing, you got to make sure you tie it into the next thing and make sure there has something to lead into it, the big giant event. And it's just kind of like, or they can just focus on making good movies. Like, why do we, like, look, you have a team up movie and it's just like, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at the X-Men and I'm just thinking, oh my god, I know there's going to be some people that are like, you can't do an X-Men movie if you don't do these character solo movies first. It's like, you don't fucking have to. Like I always said, my hot take on the DCEU is that, yeah, them going from Man of Steel to Batman v Superman to Justice League could have fucking worked. It could have worked if they just, made better movies? Question mark? I mean, I know there's some people that have its fans, and I'm one of them, at least for Man of Steel. But I feel like we don't have to do solo movies to make up for a team-up movie, for a big event movie or whatever. And yeah, that's just what I really can't stand about online fandom, is that there are just some people who just want things to, people can't just enjoy a movie. It's just like, no, not only do we have to enjoy the movie, but there better be building blocks to it to be building towards something. It's like, but why? Like, what's the point of watching a movie then? Like, what's the point? Like, generally, what's the point? So, but yeah, Mando and Grogu, I thought was really fun. I really liked how, again, the small scale of it. I even like Rada the Hutt. I really like what they do with Rada the Hutt here. And, because the only time we ever saw him was Little Stinky from the Clone Wars movie, which, the less said the better. Which, that's another thing, too. There's a thing in here where the Hutts are looking for Rada, and they're like, this is the last time we saw Rada the Hutt. This is the last known photo of him. And it's just kind of like, you're telling me that, him fighting in these pits or whatever, that wouldn't have gotten to him, to the Hutts or whatever? That's really fucking weird and convenient. Okay. But yeah, they just probably wanted to show that because, hey, little baby Rada the Hutt. It's like, okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to think about. But also, is this the cheapest Star Wars movie that was made for? Because I'm seeing people saying it was made for $165 million, which, if that's true, it's really weird to think about. But you know what? Money well spent, I think. Because, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very smaller scale. I don't know how they did a $165 million budget, which worldwide apparently they made it all back. Now let's see if they can actually make a profit now that they got the budget back, because I believe they need to make 3 times their budget or something like that. So at least like 400 million or so. If they can do that, that's great. But how it does, I don't know. I could be surprised. I don't really sense that there's any really excitement for this movie. I mean, because again, this feels like a movie that would have done well and really would have blown the fuck up if it was after season 1 of Mandalorian. Hell, even after season 2, it would have blown the fuck up. I mean, feels weird that they did a Mando and Grogu movie after the most mixed bag season ever, and the fact that they waited this fucking long to do it. It's like, of all the times you guys were having trouble trying to, trying to put out a Star Wars movie within those 7 years, it's like, why didn't you guys think of that sooner? Like, genuinely, why didn't y'all think of that sooner? So, but I don't know, man. All I know is Mando and Grogu, I had fun with it, and I'm someone that was coming at this movie very pessimistic or whatever, and sure enough, I walked away, having fun with it or whatever. There were definitely moments in it that I was just like, oh, this is alright, this is a lot of fun, this is really fun. Like, I genuinely had a good, like, I smiled a couple of times because I was like, alright, this is really fucking fun, I'm not gonna lie. So, but yeah, so that's it. That's all I got for this episode of Spoiler Appetite. Thank you so much to those that are listening. Really appreciate it because, for me, this is just a hobby, and as you can see, it's taken me almost a whole fucking month just to do another one. But like I've always said, man, I try to, at least, if I can't do it week to week, I at least try to do it within the month. I really want to try to at least put one out a month, and if I could do it week to week, great, but like the goal is always to put at least one out a month or whatever, just talking, shooting the shit or whatever. Granted, it's probably going to be a lot of shit or whatever, but still, in any event, thank you all so much for listening. I'm Tristan, and you've just been spoiled.